Welcome to McArthur Live with your host, Tim Bartz, and
Sarah Davis.
welcome everybody in. And don't forget, we are recording this as a podcast. You might be hearing it as a podcast. Actually, we should test it. Everybody hear us okay? Feels weird because we're talking in a very quiet building, and I'm not used to hearing that. But we are on your favorite podcasting platforms. So, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, check out the different podcasting platforms. I kind of prefer Spotify, but they're all pretty good. So, there's about 15 different streaming platforms we're on. So, check out your favorite. I think the only one we're not on is the iTunes or whatever.
Yes, we are
Whatever
not
it
on
is.
iTunes.
Yeah, that one, they don't like us. So, anyway, no, I'm just kidding. No, we don't swear or anything. We promise. But no, for some reason we've had issues with that, so I haven't revisited since.
Yes.
Anyway, also don't forget to, if you're listening to the podcast, come out and check it out on YouTube if you want. I have a link in the description for both of those, whether you're watching the video or watching and listen to the podcast. Link to the other versions are in the description. I always include those, as well as if you watch this later, we're going to have some timestamps for you guys too, so you can check those out. So anyway. Let's see what else we got going on. Don't forget to let's talk about members in just a little bit. We do have merch available. Well, the link is in the description of most of the videos. Also below the videos, a lot of times it'll show it too, so you can check out those two. So
any video except the live, which the replay of the live will also have that bar where it shows the merch.
Yep. So anyway, all right. So I am kind of trying to keep my eye on the stream as well, because new recently is monetizing for what we had to do for monetizing live streams. We had it just set at the beginning and end and not interrupt the live stream at all. But if you guys get an ad, let us know. We'd like to know that, because YouTube's done some weird things and I'm trying to figure it all out for everybody. So I want to make sure that we gave you guys the best platform. Don't like to have too many ads, but if we transitioned from something, I might throw in one. But I think what I set up was the only ads were display ads, which would just come, beside your video, and then possibly skippable ads. So that way you can always skip it. So that way you don't have to watch it. Anyway, so we might, anyway, if those come up, hopefully they don't for you, but we'll see. We're trying to make sure we have the best thing for you guys there. And so there you go. So all right, what else? Recent videos, we did almost finish out the F-150 complete guide videos. I think we got the King Ranch Platinum limited last week. We still have Raptor to do, and Trimmer. As soon as the order guides are available for Trimmer, we'll have that one. And then also coming up, we're going to work on Super Duty. So got a Raptor going, Super Duty after that. Yeah. So, and also tomorrow probably we'll have one on the F-150 Lightning, which is why we're wearing the Lightning. We're going to talk about Lightning today. A lot of news about Lightning going on right now, today, yesterday, and we're going to clear up some of the misconceptions, some of the rumors, that kind of stuff. Some people are saying no, they're not. Ford's not canceling orders. But some people are saying yes, they are. So we're going to clear that up. We're going to give you all the information, because I'm your source for that information. So there you go. Oh, also, one of our members, I told you guys to be praying for Eric. I got an update. Open heart surgery. He is out of surgery. He is doing well. He said he's using the videos to keep him busy, because he's supposed to take it easy for several weeks, maybe even months. So continue to keep him in your prayer, but he is doing well. So I want to give you guys an update of that. So I got an email from him this week. Actually, it was yesterday, I believe. So anyway, outside of that, about membership.
Yeah. So if you'd like to become a member, that join button is right there by that subscribe button. If you are an iPhone user, you have to do things just a little bit differently. You have to go to your web browser, go up to the link up top, hit the big A and little a, and request desktop browser. At that point, you should be able to see the join button. Our members get lots of perks. We have a member-only tab where you get to see member-only content. You can also see the community tab, which has member-only posts as well. We see our membership as more of a community / vlogging experience. So he does a lot walk each week. He also does a turning it. We also do a member live each Friday. So lots of perks to that. You get to see a lot more of our personal lives through that.
We go on trips and stuff. Which, speaking of that, we're going to be going to Vegas
Yes.
for SEMA.
Yep.
First time going to SEMA. We have
Mhm.
media passes. Don't know what that really entails because
Yeah.
it seems like to me, media days are the days they're setting up. So I might need some other people out there like Monterey Nation. Dave, you might have to contact me and let me know what's the best course of action to tackle that. So we do
Yeah.
want to be back for Halloween, but I might
Right.
be going down a day early. We'll tell you about that why in just a little bit.
My 2
Um,
little boys need to go want to go
yes.
trick or treating.
Yeah, and I as a grandpa, you don't want to miss that. So that's always fun. So we want to make sure we're back for that. So anyway, other than that, let's see what else. Yeah. So membership perks, yes, you get a lot of extra content. Speaking of that, normally you get a lot walk where I walk the lot on Saturday. So I thought I posted that. I didn't. So
forgot.
I forgot. So tonight after this, if you want a little extra content or if you want to wait till tomorrow, I'll have that go live tonight for our members. So sorry about that, guys. A couple of them were concerned about me. Thought, maybe something happened to me. They're expecting that video and
Yeah.
yeah, I had it done. I went to go
You
take
just
pictures. I was gonna, I was letting it update. Well, the HD was taking forever. The high def part of it was taking longer than expected, is what YouTube says. And so I was waiting for that. And so in the process of doing that, going out and picture, come back, and it was leaving for the day, and I totally forgot. So
Yeah.
normally it's up by 1 o'clock if it goes well, but yeah, I had it, forgot. So
Mhm.
sorry about that, but we got that video coming. So yeah, for members, you get that lot walk video, and you usually get a member live on Fridays, which we enjoy doing. So
Yeah.
as long as we're not traveling. So
Yeah.
we go to Vegas. Could still do the live.
Yeah.
The lot walk might be a walk along Vegas
Yeah.
because that's what we'll be doing. So we may
Yeah.
not doing that
It'll
one
be my
anyway.
first time in Vegas.
It'll be interesting. So yeah, and we should,
Lebos.
and then for the week of Halloween, we'll probably do that live stream on Wednesday that week. So anyway, instead of Tuesday night. So this year a lot of things are landing right on those Tuesdays. I was saying the year before, the first year we were doing this, like we hit all the dates just right. We never had one episode missed at Tuesday night every single week, and then this year, like everything's landing on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Halloween and some other holidays have been landing on a Tuesday. 4th of July did this year. Anyway, but I think we'll be doing that Wednesday night. We're gonna see. We don't want to interfere with Bronco Nation live stream. Hopefully it's not the same time, but
I believe Christmas is on a Monday this year. Which then Jolie's due date's the next day.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Anyway, so there you go. So you have any members starred? Any ready for that?
I do. So another perk is you get highlighted in our membership.
Shout outs to our members.
Yes. So we have Snips, Kathleen saying, have to be somewhere shortly. Just want to say hello to all of you from Winfield, Illinois. Have a great chat.
Another reason why I'm wearing a hat is because I need a haircut. Snips is right.
Jolie's been a little bit busy.
My hairstylist doesn't live in town.
No. My hair needs to be done. Like mine is, I have an inch of growth. I need mine done.
Maybe Thursday, my half day, which I never take. I should actually take it and drive to Junction and get it done.
I can't do that. To get my hair done, I have to wait. Early is being on time. Branson MG was here before the live stream.
Here we go.
Most of them are. Madsen says, evening, everyone. He's been a member for 5 months.
Awesome.
I think he joined right before Carlisle.
Yeah.
So it's been almost 5 months since Carlisle.
I guess so.
Marine Vet. I don't know why I started that one. But it says agreed.
Might have been to Ridgeview's comment, maybe?
Maybe. Oh, yeah. Jack Evans says, hey, good people. We have Elizabeth saying, evening, everyone. John Jordan, hey, everyone. My 23 Maverick was in production today.
Sweet. We had okay, so this week we're in right now is when like we have what I think 50 or something being built this week. Yeah, we're flooding the plant this week. A bunch of those.
Yeah.
So
mainly, yeah. Tim with totally nice and new watch.
So this is of significance too. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
And then Mike McArthur, 22 months. Wow, a lot of us old timer members here tonight. You guys are all the best. I'm working
22
on
months.
getting the logo from him, so that way I can make you guys new badges. I'm going to do different colors.
We may need to redo them anyway.
Well,
because
then
they have
that's
the
okay.
Lincoln logo on them.
Oh.
So we may. I just give you the Ford. I'll just give you the Ford one, and then you have fun with the different colors.
Yes. I'm
All right.
revamping all the colors.
So we're gonna redo those and add. I think you can add at 2 years, you get another one.
I'm probably going to go ahead and just fill all of them. 2 year, 3 year, 5 year.
YouTube just dictates what ones they are.
Yes, I can't dictate what they are.
Or when.
But
yeah.
I'll just go ahead and fill them all in.
I think 2 years the last one. But anyway.
Yeah. Alan's here 21 months.
There we go.
So now I'm behind by 28 comments.
Some of you have been members of the channel longer than I've been friends with a lot of people.
Yeah.
We have employees here that haven't been here for 2 years.
Some of our areas have quick turnaround.
Yeah. All right. What else? Any others? Misty? Did you get Misty? Saw her in there.
Yeah. Just a trip to North Carolina. I'm ready for more adventures. We have wait, was it? That means only 7-ish months to the next Carlisle. Which I don't know if we're doing our big family trip for that this year. Martin's at 20 months.
Who are you talking about? I don't know. Depends on what we're talking. So here's a fun fact. How old is Theo?
Theo is a year and
So we've had people that have been member of the channel. We've been a live stream longer than Theo's been alive. Anyway.
Is I to great me. He is not a member, but he has great intros.
Yes.
Very proud member for sure. Jack Evans and I are the longest. Yes.
Yes.
Richview and Jack will sometimes
they were 1 and 2.
Yeah.
One was one day and one was the next day.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Roy passes did a road trip from Salina, Kansas to Rapid City to visit daughter and then back to Florida. Yep.
Oh, don't forget Niles.
Oh yes, Niles.
Shout out to Niles. So yes, if you need, we do have a lot of Mavericks coming in. I think they revamped it. Yes. We had some that I think may not arrive until right over to the move over to November. So it looks like we may have about 86-ish come in this month. I mean, there's some that are supposed to be here like the last week of the month. We kind of stopped it at anything after the 30th, I think, because we figured they won't be here. Yeah. Kind of booked, but we have a bunch going to be here that week as well, possibly. So just depends.
We have JG Mav in the house. And Niles.
Yes.
With his cowboy hat.
All right. So thank you to all the members. Appreciate it.
Yes, we do appreciate our community.
Oh, hide it. Okay. All right. Moving on. Also, don't forget about some of the different YouTube channels that we support. I say support because I actually visit their channels often. And so All Train Nation, they were on last night. And Allie Dubois, she has a channel. We need to put her channel in there. She could use some help, but she does some videos too. She is actually another dealer, salesperson at a dealership in Michigan. So they're awesome. So check out their channel. Links are in the description. Johnny's Car Care Reviews. That's my 1 and 2 tangos on Monday nights. Like I say, that's my entertainment. I don't watch TV shows usually. And then let's see what else we got. Second Nature Overland. So I got to think him. Actually, it's not, the clip's not on there, but right where that one clip is, where I'm the first part of the intro clip, or the pre-show clip, whatever. That there is, there's a clip there that he's done that is on the video that I did for my personal channel, which you can check out as well if you want Bronco stuff, installs and fun, not really how-to installs, but more of entertainment installs on my Bronco, things I've done to it and different adventures. But yeah, he recorded a clip that's really good that is in that video. So I want to shout out to him. Ragnarcon as well, one of our members, and another one that's a member of the channel PA Outdoorsman, which is
Yes.
the Maverick Hunter.
Mhm.
He is a hunter and he has a Maverick. So his check out those channels. So pretty cool channels, and there's others that we support as well. The Bronco Nation's in there. Of course, we always like hanging out with them. So,
Yeah.
all right, give all those shout outs.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow them.
I've gotten close to the last one. I always forget his YouTube
Bronco
name.
Nation.
No,
No, the Maverick Hunter.
PA Outdoorsman.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm close to his wife now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Kevin,
so there you go. So
grow out too.
all right. And of course, if you want to connect on social media, speaking of that,
Yeah.
Ford Video Guy on about everything,
Mhm.
Instagram, the
Yeah.
X or whatever it's called now.
And
so
I've pretty much locked down Beauty Mama Bear. So that was from when I was selling pharmacy, and
that's what you are on
on
Instagram.
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, which I don't use Twitter very often. I'm more Instagram and TikTok, but
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try something tonight.
That was a name that I could actually lock down on every single social media platform without a number behind it. So I am the Beauty Mama Bear.
All right. So before we go into the next little thing, are you ready for that? The good dealer moment.
I am.
I'm gonna click on this on Instagram and see if what that does. Oh, what's it say? What did it say? Unable to add stream marker. Okay.
Okay.
I thought maybe it'd help us with timestamps, but it didn't. All right. So, good dealer moment. You have a good dealer for us?
I do. I went to what is that place called? Maverick Truck Club.
Mm-hmm.
And I found one on there.
All right. Maverick Truck Club has them where you can find good dealers.
There's a thread where people post their good dealer experiences. So I went through there and grabbed a bunch. Did some screenshots of some. So I have a couple for the next few weeks.
Okay. But if you have one, send them to us.
I also posted
email address is right there.
And said that if you, mine's right there. But I also posted in the thread and said if you have any good dealer moments, we would love to have those experience stories. If you have a picture, that's even better.
Yes. So hopefully we get some.
Yeah. All right. This is from Michael. I think it's Michael Caphart from Frederick Motor Company. Mike was extremely helpful throughout the entire process and was upfront with any information he had. If I pointed out something that I thought was incorrect, he double checked and confirmed if I was right or not. MSRP out the door, no hassle with dealer required extras or getting the extended warranty. Completely opposite experience compared to other dealerships in the area.
Good. All right. Well, like highlighting good dealers. I know someone sent us one on a dealer we'd actually already highlighted once, and I knew we'd highlighted her, Laura at Alcione Ford or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
And so we just did hers not too long ago, so we wanted a new one. So there you go. All right. And tonight we're gonna actually go back and forth between Sarah. So she's going to share our dealer news updates in a second, and I'll do recalls and such. So there we go. So let's I guess we're ready for scheduling information, right?
Yes.
So let's.
Oh, Nate, I know why you haven't been contacted by your salesman. Your salesman is Mike Mullen. He's on vacation.
Yes, his anniversary is. They're celebrating his anniversary, and that's probably why.
So, if you want to give me a call tomorrow, we'll get you started. We'll get you going. So, since I know you're really excited about your vehicle,
your vehicle came in after he went on vacation.
So, give me a call. We'll get you started on that process and get you going.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's dive in here with the scheduling notes here. All right. So, scheduling notes for this week. Don't forget where you want to go up here and go over this here real quick, what we'd like to do. And maybe I should just put that up there as we start going through this. But don't forget, when we talk about scheduling notes, this is where if you have placed an order in the order bank, which the order bank is where you place your stock and retail orders, then your order, once you place that order, needs to be scheduled for a production date. And so there's some of the terminology here. So order bank is where that order is placed. If you placed an order with your dealer, it's probably called a retail order. Hopefully your dealership put it in as a retail order. And then dealers can also put orders in their order bank as stock orders. And when we talk about what's scheduling, it could be a retail or a stock order. Priority codes are based on that order type. Retail orders are 03 now through 19, and stock orders are 20 to 80. So the lower the better. So for that reason, retail orders are always going to be looked at before a stock order will, because Ford wants to, they have an already sold vehicle. They always want to do that before they get a stock. And which is really why this is very popular right now, is because for a long time, Ford says, we're going to do the retails first. So we told people, hey, you need to put a retail order in if you want to get one. Scheduling, and that's what we're talking about here, is that Ford schedules your order for production date in the future. So when we talk about when they're scheduling for, it's for those future dates. So they might schedule this week, and certain models won't always schedule each week, but they'll schedule for future dates of production dates. Allocations, and if a dealer doesn't have an allocation, then an order doesn't get scheduled. So they need an allocation to be able to schedule an order. Even if you have a retail order and you have a sold order in there, a dealer cannot get that scheduled without an allocation. In fact, if it's to the point where they need that scheduled, they will give the dealer an allocation. Like, we just, out of the blue, we got an allocation this week for a Bronco. Really weird. Because probably there's an 01 in there that they want to get scheduled. And so that's why they gave us an allocation. So, but that doesn't always happen. That's usually probably a specialty, like a Bronco Raptor is probably what they're giving it for us. Now, dealer does earn allocations based on their sales of each model within their region. Like we're the number one Maverick dealer in the state, number 3 in the country. Because of that, we earn more allocations. We sell more Mavericks than most other dealers, so we're going to get a lot more allocations. Constraints. So there are some options that are in short supply or might take longer to build. They call those a constraint. Capacity is if there's a production rate. There's a production rate on every motor trim option that's available. And the plant basically says, this is our capacity for this trim level, or for this option, or for this motor. And so when we always look at that when deciding to help you with your order. We look at that information, because that can help, say, hey, you know what, this motor is going to take longer, or this trim is going to take longer, because of the capacity that the plant has for that particular option. And then job 1 and 2, right now we're working off job 1s on all the 2024s. Halfway through the year, they'll switch to job 2 if they need to make any changes to packages or something like that. That's where they make those changes, and so that way they can make those changes into the order guide, and makes it a little bit easier for ordering and for production, I should say. And then balance out. That is when a particular option is getting the end of production. So right now, like, actually one of the things that we're going to talk about is one of the things that is currently. Do this. Can't do. Right now,
in the right place.
It was in the right place. So I didn't move my monitor. There we go. All right. So right now, a model that's balanced out is the 23 model year F-150 Lightning. It is balanced out, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. All right. So let's get into the different models for this week, and I actually have some information that is going to be useful for next month. And when I say next month, I know we're currently in October, but Ford is it looks like next week is when we're going to start seeing October's allocations that dealers have earned be put into place and scheduled. Is going to happen next week. This week is still continuing with September's allocation. So if a dealer doesn't have any allocations left, then they won't get scheduled. Again, your dealer has to have an allocation for this to happen. So 24 Mustang is not scheduling this week, and I don't have information on how many orders and everything. They did not do the commodity report. I think I'm getting us in trouble, because I think they're not giving us that, because I talk about it in there. And also, so Mustang is not scheduling this week. So because of that, they're not listing any constraints or anything. 24 model year Escape is not scheduling either this week. So again, they didn't list any constraints or any problems there. 24 model year Bronco Sport. They are scheduling. If a dealership has an allocation, they're scheduling for build week of November 6th through the week of November 27th. Limited availability for the Outer Banks series. So they'll schedule some, but not a lot. Limited availability as well for the Tech package, which is the option on the Outer Banks, as well as the Convenience package, which is option on the Big Ben, and the Premium package, which is optional on your Badlands. So front and rear splash guards, which I would take those off your orders anyway. Late availability items, black appearance package and freewheeling is still late availability, not available to get scheduled. And I don't even know if you can order the freewheeling at this point yet. Yeah, I think you can. You can order it, but it's not scheduling. 24 model year Edge, they are scheduling this week. Again, a dealer needs an allocation. I think we have one allocation. For production weeks, the week of October 30th through the week of November 27th. And then also 24 model year Edge ST stock order bank is closed. So ST is balanced out. So Edge ST is done. Otherwise, you can order anything else. I forgot to mention that 24 model year Mustang order bank is open up, as well as the Escape and Bronco Sport. They did close on the Escape, the base trim. So there you go. Is that right? I think so. Anyway. All right. 24 model year Ranger, no scheduling. We know what's going on there. We'll talk a little bit more about plant closures in just a second, but the plant is closed down right now. This has been on there for a while. Don't forget your running boards on your FX4 packages. So when they are open running, that can get scheduled. So yeah, make sure you have that on there. All right. 23 model year Bronco. It's not scheduling. Again, that plant is down. Ranger and Bronco built at the same place. They are on strike right now. So really not much is going on there. We still cannot order the 2-door Heritage and Heritage Limited yet. Still not available to do that. And don't forget, Shadow Black paint is only available on Raptors right now for 23 model year. There you go. There's a note in here. It says all Broncos except Raptor in 24 model year do not come standard with a 2-inch hitch receiver or the electrical connector. Duh, we knew that. So that's in the order banks. We know that is a dealer installed option now for the tow package, which gets you the hitch and the wiring connector, which we talked about before. Moving on, 24 model year Maverick. It is scheduling if your dealer has an allocation, which we do not for this week. They are scheduling for the weeks of November 6th through the weeks of November 27th. Limited availability on XL. And that doesn't say exhausted. It says limited. So I talked about this last week on that XL. They are scheduling XLs for build dates in November. Limited availability for the hybrid. And this has to do with this week. So this will probably change for next week. We'll talk about that in a second. Also, limited availability for the tire that is available on the XL and XLT only. It's the T7R option code. Exhausted availability for your tonneau covered hard trifold and your splash guards. And again, if you've listened to me, take those off your orders. Ford does not like to hear me say that, but Ford, if you could make them faster and put them on faster than 3,200 dealers, that would be different. But the dealers can do them faster. So take those off. It will help your orders get scheduled. So, and I'm not here to just say, hey, yes, if you have a tonneau cover on your vehicle, if you have splash guards, yes, they will get built. They will get scheduled sometime this year. If you want yours scheduled faster, then you take it off. Mm-hmm. If you don't care how long it takes, leave it on. It will get scheduled eventually, right? Again, I don't know. Put it on yourself. All right. Anyway, 24 model year Explorer, not scheduling. That plant is on strike right now. Chicago assembly plant is on strike. And I don't know if the plug-in plant's on strike. I mean, they didn't really say. They just said Chicago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Order banks are going to be opening soon on the 24 model year Explorer. So they're saying 10/16, but I did see maybe an update to the 17th, 16th, 17th, somewhere in there. Order banks are supposed to open up. In fact, next Tuesday, we'll have more information for you guys on that, as well as the mach-e. There is a dealer broadcast. Well, maybe we won't have information. I'm supposed to talk about that. I'll let you know what I can. Right? Anyway, whatever. Let's make it a surprise. Let's not tell them that they can order in 6 days. 24 model year Expedition, no scheduling this week. Don't forget on those platinum orders, make sure you have the optional 22-inch wheel, and you must include the multi-contoured seat removal. So it's already happening to that one. So order banks are open up for the 24 model year Expedition. All right. I think they put these on here not in order by where it normally is, but how it fits on their sheets. 24 model year Super Duty, we're talking about next. So they are scheduling for this week, and order banks are open up, by the way, so don't forget about that. It does say they're scheduling for production weeks at Kentucky will be the weeks of October 23rd through the weeks of November 20th. And for Ohio truck plant, which normally does cabin chassis and such, is the weeks of November 13th through November 27th. And does say King Ranch and Platinum will be 100% multi-contoured seat, which means that they will have those. There's no removal on those, which is good. The hard thing is getting scheduled. All cabin chassis cab orders require the upfitter integrated modular. That's option 18A for 24 model year. So it does require that. So limited availability on King Ranch, Platinum, and Limited. Exhausted availability for F600. So again, we've seen vehicles that say exhausted still get scheduled. So it doesn't mean you don't have a chance. It just means it's a smaller chance. And limited availability for these following options: 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel engine, that's 99T. The 7.3 liter gas engine, 99N. And then the wheel 64M option is the 19.5-inch forged polished aluminum wheel with the that's optional on the cabin chassis XLT F600. That is unlimited. The tire it's option TGT if you have it on your order. That's 245/70R 19.5 black sidewall traction tire. That is optional on the cabin chassis cab, 6 F600s, XL and XLTs. Also, the two frames that have been an issue for a while, the one that's optional on the F-350, two-wheel drive with the diesel engines and the 668-inch dually wheelbase, as well as the frame that's optional on the F-550, F-600 with the 6.7 liter and 7.3 engines. Hey, they fixed that this week. Oh, no, it's the one below. And 145-inch dually, it does say without the payload package, I believe. And then the frame that's optional on the F-350 two-wheel drives, it does say with the 7.3 diesel engine, so I assume that means a 7.3 gas. And the 145-inch dually, and whether it be the dually or the single rear wheel. And then also the 193-inch wheelbase. That's optional on the XL, XLT, F450s, 550s, 600 chassis cabs. That's also limited availability. Now, exhausted, these are ones it's going to be very rare that you get scheduled for. That is the 19.5-inch the wheel, or the tire, I should say, that's optional on the chassis cabs and the F600s and the XL and XLTs, as well as the one that's the standard wheel on the chassis cab, F600, XL, and XLTs. So, yeah, good luck there. They're having issues with those tires. Also, the frame that is optional on the F-350 two-wheel drive with the 7.3, as they mentioned diesel again, and the 169-inch wheelbase. Yes, it's not a diesel. Bring back the 7.3 diesel, right? Now, I think it's supposed to be the gas. I'll have to get some clarification on that. The 205-inch wheelbase, which is optional on the XL, XLT, F450, 550, 600 chassis cabs, is also exhausted. And then the 360-degree dual beacon LED strobe lights, whether it be the amber or the amber white, are also limited. So having issues with supplies still on Super Duty. So that's Super Duty. All right, and the order banks are open up for that. I did mention that, didn't I? Okay. All right, the 23 model year F-150. They are scheduling this week for the build weeks of December 11th and the weeks of December 18th, which is the balance. That's when they're going to be finishing that out. And so there are dealers who are getting extra allocations for these. So this month coming up, they're going to be a mixture, and then hardly ever have that happen, but they're going to be scheduled for 23s and 24s next month, which we'll get to that in a second. There you go. Order banks are closed for 23 model year, but open for 24 model year. Don't forget that. You can get those. All right. So 23 model year F-150 Lightning is not scheduling this week. They are balanced out. It means they are done. They figured out what vehicle, what VINs they're going to build, and there you go. We'll get into that during the Is It True? We'll talk more about that. Order banks open up for 24 model year tomorrow. So 23 model year Mustang Mach-E is not scheduling this week. Order banks are open up for those right now. Should be closing though, because 24 model year order banks open up the 16th. Not much else to say about that. 23 model year Transit Connect van and wagon order banks are closed, and they are balancing out. They are scheduling this week for balance out of not only for this model year, but for the Transit Connect in the U.S. altogether. 23 model year Transit. We'll finish this out. The 24 model year order banks are open up for Transit and e-Transit. So when we talk about this, we're talking about both here. So they are scheduling 23s for the weeks of November 13th through the weeks of December 4th. So they are doing some scheduling of some orders. They say for better availability on the 2.5 V6 Cyclone 998 than the 3.5 V6 EcoBoost. So better availability for the Cyclone engine. So choose that if you have some stock orders you need scheduled. High resolution camera is temporarily available for stock orders. That's been an issue in the past. And it says, please consider that the power sliding rear window is not available for 24 model year. So power sliding rear, those doors were available in 23, not in 24. So that's something to remember. Limit availability for these options: the 3.5 EcoBoost, the Sync 4 with the Sirius XM with the 360L, the Transit Trail package, and the digital rear view mirror. Exhausted availability for these following options: the high roof jumbo bus, as well as the high roof long bus, the 360-degree camera, and the 10-way power driver and passenger seat, whether it be ebony leather, ebony cloth, or the dark palazzo gray cloth. So if you have the dark palazzo gray leather, you might be okay. Choose that option. Balanced out options are these, which means they will not schedule. So we're not talking about a slim chance like a exhausted or a little chance like a limited. We're talking about no chance on these. A depopulated key fob, the power running boards, the side 60/40 barn doors, the all crew van body types, and the Transit 350 heavy duty dually cutaway chassis cab cargo vans. And then not available for stock orders. If you don't have allocations, but you don't have any retail orders and you can put a stock in for a Transit, we'd love to have your allocation first off. But otherwise, you cannot get the 360-degree camera on the ICE orders or the 3.5 EcoBoost engine. There you go. So that's scheduling information for this week. So again,
For the week.
Now let's talk about starting next week. We're going to be what they call scheduling for production dates, and we're talking for mostly December for F-150s and Super Duties, but then also and then also for December for most models. So let's talk about what's scheduling, what's not scheduling for the month for that, which starts next week. So they always carry over from one week to the next. So this week, they're still scheduling for your September allocations that you've earned as a dealer. This month or next week, they're going to start scheduling for October's allocations that you've earned. Some of you are going to probably ask me already, so how many allocations did you earn, Tim? For Maverick, we did earn 123 allocations. So that would actually take care of about almost half of our orders, which is crazy. So at least 40% of them. So you got a really good shot next week. We'll probably get like 123 Maverick schedule. It's going to be nuts. Anyway, some of the other models, I think we have like 14 F-150s because it's a small run. I think Super Duty is a small run as well. But again, we got to remember December, they are only going to produce for about 2 weeks. So this is where those factory workers, where they get 4 weeks off, that includes 2 weeks around December. So usually the last 2 weeks of December is when the plants close down. So December to the beginning of January. So like there's a 2-week window there where they're going to be closed and not producing vehicles at any of the plants. And this is part of their 2 weeks that they get out of their 5, right? So I don't get 2 weeks around Christmas time. Just saying. Anyway, so talk about first off 24 model year Mustang. They will be scheduling this next month for production weeks, the weeks of December 4th through January 15th. So that's a 6-week window that they're going to be scheduling for. Really, it says 6 weeks, but we know that the plant's going to be down for a couple weeks there. Does say retail only options for this next month will still be Night Pony package and the GT Performance package will not be. Those packages will not be available for stock orders. 20-inch premium painted aluminum wheel, 0%. So they don't plan to schedule any with the optional wheel. So still having issues with that wheel. 24 model year Escape, gas, hybrid, and plug-in is scheduling for a 3-week cycle. So the weeks of December 4th through the weeks of December 18th. So you can kind of see where that plant shutdown is going to be. Says regional control on active to 42%. That's going to be the production run, their capacity for those time periods. Hybrid will be 11%, which I think that's maybe up from what it normally is. ST line 31%, and premium tech package 15%. So that's your capacity of what the plants can run at for that time period, or what they're scheduling for. So 23 model year Bronco is going to be balancing out for this next month for production weeks, a 3-week run, the weeks of December 4th through December 18th. Hopefully the plant's up and running. Does say final 23 model year balance out wholesale. I think we have 0 allocations for Bronco. Does say production volatility due to work stoppage. Stop build continues on 2-door Heritage and Heritage Limited series. And non-Raptor Shadow Black paint is on stop build. So if you don't have a Raptor, you can't get the black for the rest of 23 model years. So I think a lot of people they're ready to move to 24 anyway, but they wanted to kind of help them the launch of 24 Ranger, which doesn't really matter at this point. 24 model year Bronco Sport is scheduling for a 3-week run, the weeks of December 4th through December 18th. Outer Bank Tech package 0% for that time period. Badlands Premium package 0%. Moonroof is a retail only, and Big Ben Black appearance package is retail only. So it looks like they are going to try to schedule for that black appearance package this month. So coming up. So that's great. If you have that black appearance package, you got a shot at that. I would try to take off, some of if you have a Badlands and Outer Banks, if you want to get it scheduled, then take those packages off. Otherwise, just hold off. Hopefully you should be able to. They're probably doing 0% so they can catch up on supply for January. So I would, just hold on for that. 24 Edge, they're scheduling for a 7-week run. This is balance out for Edge, it says. ST balance out. Sorry. Ooh. I was like, what? I was surprised by that. I had to read the rest of it. Okay, so for this is balance out for ST, I should say. They are scheduling for a 7-week run. So we're talking the weeks of December 4th through January 29th. So they're scheduling into January. 24 model year Explorer is balance out for Explorer here. So the 3-week run there, weeks of December 4th through December 18th. So we're talking ST is going to be 15%, ST line 0%, Platinum 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, ST line King Ranch must have the trailer tow package, option 52T, and limited 300A must delete the tow package 52T. So keep that in mind on those to get those scheduled. 24 model year Super Duty is scheduling for a 3-week run, again December 4th through December 18th. See a theme here, folks. It does say 10R140 transmission tied to the 7.3 liter and both 6.7 gas engine or 6.7 diesel engines. Regional allocated to 81.5% due to supply issues. XL 6.8 liter orders required to keep the plant buildable. So if they can't get 6.8 liter orders XLs, then they may have to do some things to that the plant. So hopefully they don't have to have to stop the production there and lay people off for just time period. They pay them if they do. Anytime there's a plant down, I've been learning that that is paid time off for them. But yeah, so they need to keep that plant running. 24 Expedition is scheduling for 3-week run. Yes, you guessed it. The weeks of December 4th through December 18th. Platinum continues to require the optional 22-inch wheel for that cycle. Limited 302A continues to require the sandstone trim. So 24 model year Maverick is scheduling 3 week. This is what gets me 3 weeks run, the weeks of December 4th through December 18th. Retail scheduling only. 2.5 liter engine is a 50% commodity mix, so it's a 50-50 hybrid versus EcoBoost. So there you go. 24 model year F-150 startup. So they are scheduling for 6 weeks. So the week of December 25th through the weeks of January 29th for 24 model year gas and Lightning startup. So that's going to be startup for Lightning as well. And then 24 model year Transit startup production. That means this is the first time they're scheduling for these when I say startup. So the 2-week run here, the week of December 11th and the week of December 18th. Power sliding doors are not available in 24 model year, and 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine has low availability. Consider changing engine option to improve scheduling chances. And if I haven't mentioned it, it's not scheduling for the entire month. So we're talking Mustang Mach-E is not scheduling, E-Transit is not scheduling, Transit Connect van and wagon, actually they're done for scheduling anyway. Ranger is not scheduling, Ranger Raptor is not scheduling, Bronco Heritage Limited Edition is not scheduling, and Bronco Raptor is not scheduling. So something to keep in mind. There you go. That is that.
All right.
And we do have a lot of information tonight. So we're going to be talking about there's a lot of dealer news updates. There's some changes, some order guides. We have some recalls. There's a lot of information tonight. Didn't say that at the beginning. So hold on tight for a long episode. But we want to cover it all tonight. So any questions in regards to scheduling, whether it be for this week or for next month?
Let's see.
Or the current month, technically, but not start until next week.
Not scheduling specifically.
I did a good job covering it then.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. And like a lot of dealers probably won't. I mean, we'll see F-150s and Super Duty schedule. We usually see those run most of the month. So usually the way Ford will do it is the first week that you have allocations, they'll try to schedule like the entire month based on that, as long as you have an order that fits everything that they're scheduling for, right, within that commodity mix. Anytime that you get an allocation carry over, it's because you didn't have any orders they were looking to schedule for. And so it carries over. And then you'll, as a dealer, you look and go, okay, well, that allocation carried over. So we didn't have something. So we need to either put a stock order in or something so that we have something that fits, or tell a customer that says, hey, if you made this change, you could use that allocation that got carried over to the next week. But F-150 and Super Duty are two models that we usually schedule about every week within a production run. They don't, because the plants are so big, they build so many of those. It does take they'll schedule for several weeks and not just the 1 week. So, yeah. And if you're like, we have 123 Maverick allocations, so we have enough orders that should fulfill everything they need. But let's say we don't, and let's say they get 100 of them scheduled. That means 23 couldn't. Then we have to look and tell our customers, hey, it looks like we didn't get your schedule because of these constraints. If you made this change, we can probably get your schedule next week. And that's usually the conversation you have, or put a stock order in if you don't have a retail. But we have plenty of retails. And this month, they're only doing retails for Maverick. So anyway.
All right, I got a question.
All right.
My Super Duty is scheduled for week of October 16th. When does Ford usually issue the window sticker?
Okay. This is a great thing, because we actually found something out here a lot of people didn't realize. So usually that happens when we see a sent to plant on our end. So that usually happens about a week to 10 days ahead of that time frame. So anytime now, you should be able to see yours. Now, with that said, if you go in to click on that view window sticker and it's saying that you can't see it, try to refresh your cookies. Somebody said,
although that didn't work.
Oh, that didn't work? Oh, I thought they said that they did that and it worked. Oh.
He was trying it, and he also went to incognito mode. Nothing worked. He can't see his.
Never mind. So
you may not be able to see it.
I don't know. I think we've heard of some people having issues. It used to be like about a week to 10 days before it's supposed to be being built, it shows back up. So basically, when they send that information from the window sticker to the plant so that they can be ready for producing that vehicle that week, that's usually when that window sticker is available at that same time. But they may be waiting until it gets built for you to see it. So, yeah. Any information from you guys out there, let us know. We'd love to be able to see to know that. You might check with your dealer. They might be able to see the window sticker though.
Yeah,
because there's a site you can go to, but you have to have like a Ford login to be able to get it to work. So
because I can take a VIN and I can go look up the window sticker.
Yeah, we can do that.
So maybe our customer that was with us, maybe I should try going and looking at his.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anything else?
No.
You don't have your camera on.
I can turn it on. I didn't know if you were going to add it.
You want to?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Sarah's going to do the dealer news updates this week. Oh, now we got 3 cameras going. There we go.
There we go. So, actually, Will asked for the link to watch.
Oh, it says you're muted.
Yes, because I'm using this mic.
Yeah, I know. As long as it works, that's fine. Let us know if you can't hear
me. Yeah. Tell me if you can hear me or not.
Takes about 10 seconds. We can hear her. All right. You got it.
Anyways, Will apparently was upset that I left today. So Lebo asked for the link and he's watching. He was very upset that we were doing scheduling notes and it was taking so long to see me. All right.
I don't usually get to talk much when he's around. So.
All right. So cue the cool graphic.
Oh, yes. So you were supposed to do that, and then we go to the camera. Get this down.
All right. So this one is on Escape pricing. Please be aware of the new 24 Escape price level 420 effective October 3rd and communicate this within your dealership. Ford is removing the following discount packages on the 24 Escape. $1,000 discount on Escape Active 1.5 and Tech Pack 2. $1,000 discount on Escape ST line, Select 2.0 and Tech Pack 2. And then please note that the following discounts still remain on the 24 Escape. 750 discount on the Escape ST line 1.5L and Tech Pack 1. And the $500 discount for the 2.0 EcoBoost. So basically, the price will go up a little bit because of those discounts being taken off.
Yep, because they normally have package discounts, so some of them are being removed.
Keep an eye on those chats.
Oh, yes. Let's do that.
All right. Now we have something that Ford is bringing. I keep looking at that camera. I'm here. Ford is bringing out as a pilot program Ford Color Change Wraps, providing existing owners the opportunity to select and purchase a custom fit premium vinyl wrap online. Owners will be able to view the color change on their vehicle prior to purchasing the wrap. Utilizing the exclusive Ford Style Visualizer, which digitally applies the chosen color and finish to an image of the customer's vehicle model. Purchased wraps will be installed by approved installers selected from a third-party installation network. During this pilot phase, we'll be working closely with a select group of approved third-party installers in the states of Michigan, Florida, California, and Texas to ensure the highest quality of service and customer satisfaction. So dealer opportunities post-pilot, sales and service. Dealers become part of the Ford Certified Installation Network and install wraps in-house. Sales aftermarket department incentive. Dealers can choose to offer the Ford approved wrapping service installed by a third party and be paid for each lead generated. The pilot program will be launched in October of 2023 on select vehicles in Michigan, Florida, California, and Texas. Ford accessory goals for this pilot program are are identify a nationwide installation network and add additional vehicles to test the network. Pilot to launch Q4 of 23. Pilot duration dependent upon analysis of program metrics. So that's cool. That'll be something new. The lights turned off. Those are over there. There we go. Okay. Also, with that access, customers will be directed to raps.ford.com to begin the purchase experience. Installation conducted by approved installers selected from a third-party network. Warranty 2-year, 24,000-mile Ford warranty. Wraps available, premium vinyl, full body wraps available in 3 finishes: gloss, satin, and matte, in a selection of many colors. Bring that to Kansas, please. All right, next is Bronco Off-Rodeo. So Bronco Off-Rodeo dealer training days begin Wednesday, October 25th, and run at 3 of our locations across the United States. Register dealership employees, $95 per person, and then you have to pay for your travel to get there. We are excited to invite dealership employees to visit Bronco Off-Rodeo. This half-day off-rodeo drive experience will create awareness and passion for the brand of the Bronco lifestyle. This training is designed to help our teams experience firsthand the incredible opportunities that Bronco Off-Rodeo offers you, your dealership, and your Bronco customers. One visit is included with the purchase of eligible vehicles: any 21 or newer Ford Bronco, 22 or 21 or 22 Bronco Sport Badland or First Edition, any 23 or newer Bronco Sport, all trims, and 22 or newer Bronco Raptor. Did that continue? It did. Wait, nope, this is a new one. So I think you're going.
Yes,
That's
I'm
during.
going. I'm going. So that's why I'm going to Vegas early. I signed up. So I made sure before I told you guys about it, I made sure I secured my spot. So I signed up because here's the deal. The locations are Texas. Did you mention that? New Hampshire, Texas, New Hampshire, or Vegas. And so basically what happens is I don't have the time scale on here. That's she doesn't have that. But basically you get they go through the stuff on how to use everything we've actually learned on off-roading. But then also 2 of the locations, New Hampshire and Texas, they're actually up here. It's another reason why we have this. Those 2 locations, you get to drive a Bronco Sport for a little bit of time, and then the Bronco.
Yeah.
So you can see how both of them drive as a dealer, so you can share that experience. But then in Vegas, it's Bronco and Raptor. So I want to drive the Bronco Raptor, so I signed up. I'm going to be there. I already had plans to fly up there anyway. Just flew a couple days early, and I'm going to be there. So yeah. I'm signed up. For those other dealers that want to sign up and they want to join me the same session, which would be really fun. I signed up for the Thursday last session. So there's 2 sessions each day. So the Vegas one is October 25th and 26th. I signed up for Thursday the 26th for the afternoon session. So you want to join me? Yeah, go ahead. All right. Continue.
All right. Next, we have the Ford Private ICI offers, which will be deployed from October 3rd, 2023 to January 2nd, 2024. Program 32182 is, let's see. That one is in-market owner private offer, $2,000 on an F-150 or Expedition, $1,000 Super Duty, Explorer, Edge, Mustang, Mach-E, Bronco Sport, or Escape, and then 750 other, what is that, FL?
Ford lineup.
Oh, Ford lineup. All right.
So other Ford lineups.
Yeah. Program 32184 is truck owner private offer. So $2,000 on F-150, Super Duty, or Expedition, and $750 on other Ford lineups. And then program 30864, which is competitive off-lease private offer, and that's $2,000 on F-150 or Expedition, $8,000 on Super Duty, Explorer, Edge, or Mustang Mach-E, and $750 on other Ford lineups. So those ICI offers will expire January 2nd or after January 2nd. It's like a coupon. Once it's expired, the dealer can no longer honor that offer. But you might check and see if one of those is available for you. You might also check the fine print and see if it's available for the vehicle that you're wanting. They don't offer it on all models. So
Yes, and some trims. So like
Yeah.
your Raptor won't qualify, Lightnings, some of those won't
Yes.
qualify for those offers. So, and then also these are like a coupon, so they do expire. So you have to either order within those dates, or you need to pick up your vehicle within those dates. So, so just keep that in mind. Because I've had people say, "Well, I want that offer on my Maverick." I said, "Well, it won't be here in that window, and you didn't order within that window, so
Yeah.
I can't do anything about that." So keep that in mind as well.
Yep. All right, and then we have UAW, and this one's a memo up to the dealer. So additional work stoppage involving members of the UAW that impacts its manufacturing operations at the Chicago assembly plant. This will interrupt production of the Ford Explorer and Lincoln Aviator that are assembled at that plant. This is in addition to Michigan Assembly Plant work stoppage that was announced on September 15th. The Michigan Assembly Plant produces the new Ford Ranger and Bronco. Other Ford facilities in the U.S., including our parts distribution centers, are not affected at this time.
All right. So I do want to
You had more
expound
on
on that as well. So Ford actually did a press conference where they had Jim Farley and some others that were talking, answering questions from the media and that kind of stuff. And I think they just wanted people to know their take on the negotiations and what's going on. I mean, whether or not their side is right, because I mean, even the UAW said that's not some of the stuff that they said wasn't true. But here is basically, I think I'm just going to go over the according to what Ford has. This is their offer to the UAW that they have not accepted completely, but they want to negotiate on. I think actually somebody had a comment there. I might post on that as well. Oh, you know what? Before we get too far, All Train Nation been members for 8 months.
Mhm.
So, yeah, cool. Thank you. All right. Anyway, there was another one comment in here. We'll pull it up when we get to it. I can't remember whose that was. It was about the UAW right here. So they said in here, it said today's Ford UAW news workers want the company to eliminate tiered pay tables to shorten the time to earn pay increases. A detailed 401k plan is also requested. And I think that that's already been addressed in here. So here's what Ford says their offer is that they boosted UAW wages more than 20%, restored traditional cost of living allowances, because that was off the table in the last negotiations or whatever, provided health care coverage that's in the top 1%. They're saying their health care coverages are one of the best in the country of any job, not necessarily just UAW workers. Eliminated wage tiers, so they're not having the tiers anymore. So I think that addressed that. Bolstered already strong retirement contributions. So they are doing I think they're doing different than 401k. They're doing like to extend it longer than that. Granted more time off. I think 5 weeks is what I read. Made product commitments for all UAW plants in America. So, by the way, just in case you didn't know, this is something I think was the reason they say the reason that the UAW didn't accept it was that they were concerned because they were talking about the Marshall plant pausing it right now and not continuing to build that plant. And they kind of were counting on that for workers. But they didn't let them know that since 2007 that Ford is the only automaker to add UAW jobs. So they've added 4,400 jobs since 2007 and have promised another, 5,600 jobs, I think, between those plants in Kentucky and Tennessee that are being built. The battery plant, the big plant that they have going on in there, those plants there they're going to even give you more workers, whereas all the other Stellantis and even GM have actually cut UAW jobs. So, anyway, again, they're trying to, I know this is Ford painting the narrative here and saying this is what we think is happening. And then the other is offered layoff protection for all permanent employees, which means that if they have to lay off employees because of plant closure, because of supply, they still get paid. So, and they offered that as well, layoff protection. And they also said that they only, I think 95% of the employees are permanent employees. They mentioned that as well. But anyway, I don't know. One of the things that Ford said, they had another slide. These are actually slides that they had in their press conference. It says historic gains for Ford workers, no problem. Record contract, no problem. And they said, but mortgaging Ford's UAW's collective future, big problem. So what they feel like what the reason that the UAW is not accepting their offer is because they want to guarantee more jobs in the future. And Ford can't, I mean, you can't really look into that. I mean, I guess you can plan for the future, but I don't know. Anyway, so I just want to kind of report what's going on as part of the dealer news, and not necessarily, say, have a discussion about anything today, but just letting you guys know what Ford is telling dealers, basically. Yeah. Right. And what they're telling the media, because that is something that came out of the media. And I think GM even said something about the fact that they're having the same issues, because I think the UAW or GM offered a contract and the UAW didn't come back for 11 days. And then they shut a plant down in that meantime.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's true or not, but may not be. It's hard to tell. You never know with this anymore, right? It's hard to tell what's really the truth and what's not, but I don't know. Anyway, I just hope that everybody takes care of it, because I know these workers that are on strike right now, they're not getting paid what they normally get paid. And so it's hurting their families. It's also laying off other jobs, because I think they said they had to lay off some more people, Ford did, in Ohio, because of the Chicago plant being shut down. That's not good, because those people don't get $500 a week. They get nothing.
Yeah.
Because the layoff isn't because of supply issues. It's because of workers not being there to
do it. Yeah.
Anyway, won't talk too much more about that. Now, something else I wanted to cover before getting into recalls and such is there's some at the beginning of every month, Ford will usually update any order guides, any changes that need to be made to order guides. And so yesterday, or actually at the end of last week, they had made some changes to the F-150 and the Super Duty and the Super Duty chassis cab order guides. I couldn't figure out what changed on the Super Duty one. But it looks like on the F-150, they did update the B&O Unleashed, change from 18 speakers to 14. So what the website shows is correct. What Ford's building price is correct. So it's 14 speakers instead of 18. And then also today, they updated 6 order guides: the Expedition, Bronco Sport, Edge, Escape, Transit, and Mustang. And most of them I couldn't tell yet. I need to deep dive them and tell what's changed, because they don't always tell you what's changed. Sometimes on the first page, they might tell you, hey, they revised this, or they deleted or added this. But on the Expedition and the Transit, let's see what else. Expedition, Transit, trying to look at what's missing. No, I don't know. A couple of them, I couldn't tell what they changed. Just those two, I guess. So I'll have to do a deep dive this week and then come back next week and let you know what's changed on them. But a couple of them, I could tell you what's changed on the Edge. The only thing they changed was they added a wheel image to the Edge order guide. Not a big thing. The Escape, they removed the base series because that's now balanced out for the year, so they're no longer doing base, so they removed it from the order guide. So that was a change they made. The Bronco Sport, they added late availability to the black appearance package in the freewheeling, which wasn't on there before, but it is now. And on the Mustang, they removed, this is a good news for people out there on a Mustang looking for this on a Dark Horse, they removed late availability from the carbon fiber wheel on the Dark Horse, as well as the custom hood and accent painted stripe for the Dark Horse as well. So now those are available. So that you should, if you have a Dark Horse order in there and you were wanting that carbon fiber wheel and such, you should be able to go in there. I don't know how soon, but it's been removed as a late availability option. So we might be able to add those to the orders now. So that's some good news. But the rest of those, I'll deep dive and get into looking at those a little bit here in the near future. So, all right. Recalls. I said this is going to be a long episode. I'm telling you. Those watching this as don't forget to use the timestamps, because after we go in like Wednesday morning, I'll put timestamps in there so you can move around if you need to on any of this information that you want. So, all right. So we get into the recalls. We need to do our little recall thing, don't we?
Don't forget the graphic.
Because I forgot to do that earlier. I didn't do it for scheduling. All right. But that's easy because that's that blue graphic.
Yeah.
All right. So for recalls.
No. Yep.
All right.
You go.
There we go. I do cut these out as separate videos. So it makes it easier if I do that. So for recalls for this week, let's go over a few of these. One of them is application performance upgrade 22G as in George, or G as in government, 08. It's on certain 22 model year Escape vehicles with the Oxford white paint. It only affects 14 vehicles. And so basically in these vehicles and all the affected vehicles, a contaminant was introduced to the Oxford white paint at the assembly plant, leading to a color mismatch with other body components. So I think like the bumpers and such. I don't know if you guys have seen some of these. We used to always laugh about this on some of our older vehicles, where the bumpers would be like a one shade off from the rest of the body because it's plastic instead of a steel. Anyway, so there you go. It says dealers are to provide the following options to the customer. One, the customer can choose to have only the hang-on parts repainted: front bumper cover, mirror caps, wheel lips, door handles, seal trim, spoiler, rear quarter panel, and rear bumper cover to match the body. This option will only allow the customer to claim a $1,500 refund on their purchase price. Option 2 is a customer can choose to have the entire vehicle repainted Oxford white and decline the refund. There you go.
All right.
That sounds like an expensive repair for Ford. There you go. Letters are going to go out the week of October 16th for those owners for that. So anyway, customer satisfaction program 23B is in Bart's 39, 22 model year Mustang Mach-E vehicles. So on these here, it affects 89 vehicles built between August 20th, 2021 through October 31st of 22. It says in some affected vehicles that the digital owner's manual was inadvertently removed from the vehicle's sync system. So dealers are to inspect the vehicle's sync screen to confirm whether the DOM, is what they're calling it, digital owner's manual, is installed. For vehicles that do not have the DOM installed, dealers are to program the accessory protocol interface module, the APIM. I love the abbreviations for everything. Using the Ford Diagnostic and Repair System, FDRS. Additionally, it's possible the Gateway Modular, GWM, may also require updating. This service must be performed on all affected vehicles at no charge to the vehicle owner. There you go. So it does say to arrange a pickup of the owner's vehicle and drive it to the dealership for repairs. Redeliver the vehicle after repairs have been completed. Pickup and delivery should be made available for all customers. Refer to the rental and claiming section for further updates. And it says letters are going to go out the week of October 9th, next week. So there you go. That's that one. So again, these are small ones. 14 vehicles, or was it 14 vehicles? The first one, 14 vehicles, 89 vehicles. This one's a little larger. So this in here is customer satisfaction program 23, P as in Paul, 18, 23 model year Maverick vehicles equipped with a 2.5 hybrid engine. This has 18,063 people affected by it. And didn't mean just because you're built in these dates doesn't mean yours is necessarily affected. But April 11th, 23 through August 23rd of 23. So you can see how many vehicles they built in that time frame. So that's just what I don't know. Anyway, reason for this program: in the affected vehicles diagnostic trouble code DTC P2282. Air leak between throttle body and intake valves may be inadvertently set, potentially causing the check engine light to illuminate during normal driving conditions while the vehicle is in motion. So the service action for them is to, before demonstrating or delivering any new in-stock vehicles involved in this program, dealers are to reprogram the PCM software. This service must be performed on the affected vehicles at no charge to the vehicle owner. The new vehicle storage guidelines refer, so you refer to a certain program. Says their owner letters will not be mailed for this program. So basically, if you get that check engine light, take it in, and at least they know how to fix it. All right, this next one is for emission recall 22E as in Edward 05. This is an update. This is what they call supplemental number 2. So this is a second update to this recall. And this is on 22 model year Super Duty vehicles with the 6.7 liter engines. This is the original recall on this one was Customer Satisfaction Program 22N05. So if you had that one, this is an update to that. 603 vehicles, not a lot on this in here. And this is an emission recall. In affected vehicles, an incorrect calibration was programmed in the PCM. These vehicles have a particulate matter, PM, sensor. However, the current PCM calibration is intended for vehicles that were built without a PM sensor. Driving the vehicle will damage the PM sensor. A damaged PM sensor may not exhibit symptoms that the customer will immediately recognize. So anyway, so it has instructions in here now for the dealers. So a lot of times when they make updates, supplements 1 and 2, they add things to it. And this particular one, they changed the title and the service action, and they also updated the parts requirement and ordering information. So for service departments, they can now do that. Letters have already gone out on this, but now they have the instructions to go ahead and fix that for customers. So there you go. All right, okay, that's all the recalls. That is our recalls. Probably not too many questions on many of those. Not too many. Just a couple there to go over. Any questions on that, or anything questions so far that we need to address? That there were some in there that I don't know if we can get during the questions. We'll have Q&A at the end of this if you're new. So there you go. So
if you do have a question and it seems like we're just chatting, throw your question in. I will grab it in the midst of the chatter.
Yes. So if you throw a question in there, we highlight it. We start on our end, so that way we don't miss your question, and we'll get to it towards the end.
Because right now we're talking about pickles and cheese, because my favorite snack is sweet pickles with cheese and ham.
So when you were talking, I didn't chat with the chat. I was starring questions, so now I was just listening. All right. Anyway. So, all right. So this next one, let's get into the is it true for this week? Is it true? And the what's on my mind, they're kind of go together here. So, all right.
Is it true?
So, is it true for this week? So, somebody, the Detroit Free Press had a nice article about this, and some people posted this on Twitter and got a lot of people up in scuttlebutt, is that what we called it? A lot of people were concerned about this because they were thinking their order was getting canceled. So basically, the Is It True says, is it true that the Ford is canceling Lightning orders? So a lot of people were asking about this, and some people, even Alternate Nation, they got into talking a little bit about it last night. So let's put the facts where it is. So this article talks about it, and the article is right. They have some people from Ford, and what's funny is Ford has not reached out and told dealers any information about this. But I did reach out to the brand manager to get clarification on this. So yes, there are some orders that are going to be canceled because they have balanced out for the model year. They're going to transition to 24 model year. So I think their original intent was to wait a little longer to go over to that. So they were allowing dealerships that had stock orders to place those, because we were getting allocations for Lightning. We did the same thing. We didn't have any retail orders, so we were needing to put in stock orders. And so some of those stock orders got scheduled for production dates. So basically, Ford is canceling a number of 23 model year only stock orders in an effort to focus on a quality launch for 24 model year. And that is word for word from the brand manager. So it says specific VINs and some allocation will be impacted. A complete list of impacted units have been sent to zone managers. So if you have a retail order that is a customer placed order, you do not have to worry. It is not a retail orders being affected. It is stock orders only. So we had some stock orders that scheduled. We have some that are in the order bank. So those aren't going to schedule. So some dealerships will have some stock orders that have VIN numbers and are scheduled that may not happen. So dealers should get that information soon. Probably by the end of the week, we'll get that information from our zone managers, exactly which of our stock VINs are affected. But just to clarify, if you have a retail 23 model year Lightning order, it is not affected by this. They are going to focus in and make sure those get scheduled and those get built. So just to clarify that, your 23 Lightning will get built. So don't have to worry about the only thing that's affected here on this is stock orders. So I think that person was getting everybody all riled up that, they're canceling orders, and because of demand, it's not because of demand. It's not because, it's a lower demand or anything. It's not, that's not it at all. It's because they need to move over and transition to 24. Happens every year. We usually transition. Usually they cut off stock orders before they do that, and they didn't do that on this. So typically they'll leave stock orders in there for a little bit. And then if they don't schedule them, then it's not a big deal. They just give those allocations back to the dealer for the next year, model year. So we're going to see that for 24 as well. So, all right. Anyway, so there you go. So yes, order banks open up tomorrow for 24 model year for retail and stock orders. So those dealerships would want to move those stock orders over to 24s. If they're still unscheduled and they still want to put them in there. So there you go. So that's the news there. So we don't have to worry. It's not a big deal. Just stock orders. Dealerships have dealt with this for a while. But there you go. All right, so we move on to what's on my mind, which is also in the title.
Yes.
All right. All right. So we're going to talk about 24. Speaking of that, since I already kind of preloaded it, 24 model year F-150 Lightning order banks are opening up tomorrow. Make sure I got a dealer bulletin here that talks about it. It actually says, hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. In here, it does say we are excited to announce the 24 model year F-150 Lightning order bank will be opening on October 4th. The order guide will be published to FMC dealer on October 4th. So for those of you who want to know, I will be doing a video tomorrow. It will go live tomorrow as soon as I get the order guide and I go through and see, so you guys can see what's changed. Some of them are going to be changed. We're going to talk about tonight that we know of, but we'll do an official one for everybody tomorrow. So build and price will be available in early Q1 2024. My video is going to be very valuable then. In preparation for the 24 model year order bank opening, we will be closing the 23 model year order bank for F-150 Lightning on October 3rd. So it is closing today. Yeah, they already balanced out anyway. All dealers will need to submit a 24 model year F-150 Lightning retail orders in COVP, it says. So they need to. Last year we didn't need to do this before. So now we do need to COVP Lightning orders. So there we go. But it does say in here that build and price will be available early Q1 of 24. So the rest of the next 3 months, we won't have build and price for a 24 model year F-150 Lightning, which is actually surprised by that. I mean, you got an EV, you got one of these where you order online and everything, and it's not. Sorry, I didn't read that part of this before this. Kind of surprised, threw me by a little surprise there. Okay, let's get in some other updates though. 24 model year, some things that we do know that are going to be different for this year is we do have the Pro is going to be back, XLT 311A. They're revamping the 312A. It is now going to be called Flash. We're going to get into that in just a second. Lariat 511A and Platinum 710A are all back for this year. They also do have a exclusive F-150 Lightning Black or Platinum Black package that we limited to 2,000 units for production. Got to see that at the Detroit Auto Show. It's got a wrap. Basically, it's a wrap. So those of you that didn't know, it's a wrap. So talking about wraps, maybe that's why they're going to be bringing more options for wraps. But yeah, if you look at that, that's a wrap. So I won't tell you my feelings on that package.
That's a wrap.
Anyway, we've done some wraps on some vehicles for some customers, and anyway, hopefully they do a better job than what they did at the show. The all F-150 Lightning models will include vapor injection heat pump. That's new for this year, designed to help with the truck's efficiency in cold weather. Yes, that's awesome. Had a 22, cold weather really affected my range. So hopefully that does help. Also, the tow technology package is now standard on XLT and above trim levels. So that tow tech package that gave you, extra cooling and such for your battery, so you could help tow more. That package is now going to be standard equipment. Actually, tow tech, that's different than Max Trailer Tow. Sorry, got them confused. Tow tech package. Actually, let's just pull that up. I should have had this ready. So what is part of the tow tech package? And I'm having a lapse of what that includes in there. I believe that gives you the 360 camera stuff, but let's go in. I want to make sure I got this. So tow tech package won't take me long. There we go. Tow tech package. So tow tech is your 360-degree camera, giving you cameras on your mirrors, upgrade your mirrors, front sensing system, of course, pro trailer backup assist, pro trailer hitch assist, which is really cool, trailer brake controller, onboard scales. Oh, wait. I don't know if we're going to have that. So we'll see. It's supposed to have onboard scales and smart hitch, and the trailer reverse and guidance. So helps you in towing those trailers. So there you go. That's what's included in that package. So that's going to be standard on XLT and above. Also, the Ford Charge Station Pro will no longer be included on retail F-150 Lightning models with the extended range battery. So they are taking that out for 24 model years. So you will not have that free charger. So all customers with the flash trim and above will receive a complimentary 90-day trial for Ford Blue Cruise with the option to purchase the Blue Cruise Connected Services plan. So basically you'll have the hardware. So in 90 days to try it out. So let's talk about this new trim here that's available for this year called the Flash Edition, which is why I have my Flash watch on. Sarah's not paying attention. That's why I have the Flash watch. So yes, first time, actually, I think this is an Invicta watch. I think this is like the second time I've worn this watch. Anyway, so there we go. So this Flash Edition. So this is pretty exciting. So I got some images for this here. Let's throw those up here. All right. So there's our Flash Edition. There's the outside. Basically, this is your XLT 312A equipment group. So no longer is it the XLT has a 311A and a 312. Nope. XLT is the 311A. Your 312A is now your Flash. That's this. So you're gonna see the look there. Let's flip through some of these images. You can kind of see, look, basically on your outside looks just no different on your XLT as it did before, except for you'll see this is going to be an upgrade. So instead of XLT, you'll see Flash. So this is a new trim level for us here. So that's what it's going to have. So let's get into some of this. Now, basically what they're saying on this is the F-150 Flash is the latest technology Ford trim. So if you like that, all that tech stuff, this is the trim for you. If you want extended range, you're gonna go extended range. That, I guess, is part in that 312A, getting extended range. Also, this gives you the big screen, so you don't have to go up to Lariat trim to get the big 50.5-inch screen. You're getting it with this trim level. Also, getting the B&O audio sound system by Bang & Olufsen with HD radio, includes 8 speakers, including a subwoofer. Also, intelligent access with push button start as part of that 312A already. Also, power tailgate, which is already part of the 312A as well. Tailgate step with the tailgate work surface, also part of that. But you're getting wireless charging pad, which I don't think is part of the 312A now. So that's going to be included in this. And again, we already know tow tech package is going to be included on XLT and above, and then the hardware for the Blue Cruise. So there you go. So there's some of that. And so now we have this full lineup here of F-150 Lightnings. You have a Pro, XLT, Flash Edition, Lariat, Platinum, and your Platinum Black package as well. That's limited to 2,000 vehicles. So there we go.
Interesting.
So there is your Flash Edition. And so they also say that all these models should be eligible for the $7,500, not all of them, I guess, Platinum. You're limited to $80,000 there, right, on your MSRP, not including destination delivery. There you go. So this Flash Edition will be priced right around $70,000 before that you add any Blue Cruise subscription, of course. Don't forget that. But which when you look at it, I actually was curious on that. If you go XLT extended range right now is $69,995. So this Flash Edition, it gets you right at that price, but now we're getting Blue Cruise. You're getting the wireless charging pad. You're getting the tow tech package now. You're also getting the B&O audio, and you're getting the bigger screen. I think that's a pretty good deal. So not a bad deal there if you're liking that, and cool. And you could tell people you have a Flash Edition. That's pretty awesome, right?
Which Flash does go along with Lightning.
Yeah.
Kind of like it.
There you go.
Just like how you have the Night Pony package or the Dark Horse on the Mustang.
Yep. So they did. Now I do have in here from information about production for, of course, we know startup for 24 model year. It starts next week for the Lightning. Here is your commodity capacity for that. Standard range 35%, extended range 65%. So most of them extended range. Pro Series 0% at startup. So they're not going to schedule Pro version to start with. The XLT 311A, which is your new XLT, is 24%. Your Flash Edition is 40%. Your Lariat 511A is 24%, and Platinum is 12%. That's your capacity for that. So, yep. And we'll get more information tomorrow when the order banks when we get the order guides out and available. And you're going to need to rely on your dealers or my videos to get this information. So, was planning to do Super Duty, but we might be doing F-150 Lightning instead this week. So be looking for those videos. So we go over all the standard and options and everything. Sounds like to me there's not going to be a lot of options. It's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be like, you want Pro, XLT, Flash, Lariat, you want Platinum. Here is going to be your trim levels, and with that tow tech now included, you're going to add the Max Trailer Tow package and then maybe some standalone options, which I'm going to recommend you to not put on. Sorry for it. Just the way it is. Anyway, there we go. Pretty cool. So, and there are some pretty good incentives. Ford came out with some things today. Been a chance to look at it that much, but there's some huge deals on 23 Mustang Mach-E. If you're a job one, there's like Mustang Mach-E GT with $9,250 in retail customer cash. So if you're not leasing, $9,200 off on a job one. If you can find a job one out there, job two even is going to be $6,250 on those. So there's a breakdown. I can go over all of them. If you find a job one Mach-E Select, you're $4,250 off. A job two Select is $1,250 off. A job one Premium is $6,250, $4,250 for a job two. And then, of course, Route 1 will be the same price as the Premium. And then I already mentioned GT job 1 is $9,250 off. Job 2 GT is $6,250. Now, the leases are smaller. They're about $2,000 less for the Select on job 1. The same on a Select job 2 as your retail customer cash. About $1,000 less on the Premium and the Route 1 job 1s. So $5,250, and so so if you're looking, check out your leases on that. If you see a Mach-E out there at a dealer lot, and there are some dealers that have a bunch, and if you're looking to get into Mach-E, now might be the time. Go in, check those dealers out, because fourth quarter incentives, you could lease one of these, like a Premium $5,250 red carpet lease. that is going to be a smoking low lease probably. So it doesn't show lease rates in here, but check that out. Some pretty good deals. Now, if you're looking for a 23 F-150 Lightning, or maybe you have one coming in this quarter, which we have a bunch coming in for our customers, $7,500 red carpet or retail customer cash off of a Lariat and a Platinum. Wow. $1,500 on an XLT. So if you have one coming in, you have one scheduled, you have one on order, when you come in, make sure that dealer's pulling those current incentives. Don't go off of your locked in incentives. Go off your current incentives, because it's $7,500 off. This isn't your tax credit. This is $7,500 on top of your tax credit.
Yeah.
If you're looking to lease, you're $1,500 on an XLT, $5,000 on a Lariat, $7,500 on a lease on a Platinum. So wow, those are some pretty good incentives. So make sure if you got a one coming in, or you see what a dealer lot, I think we have one available now. The recall just got done that I think is available. Pretty good deal. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I have for that.
Okay.
Questions?
Yes. Questions. Q&A time.
So if you stuck along this long, hour and a half, there you go.
Well, okay. So first off, I want to highlight, when we're in StreamYard, I can't see if they make a donation.
Oh, yes, I can see that over here.
So Martin donated. He donated 5 memberships.
I saw that. Oh.
Super chat, I believe.
Oh, you used to have it up here.
Oh, it's up there. It's that money symbol.
Right here.
Oh, there it is.
So those are the members. So yes, he donated 5. So if you're one of those lucky people, you got a free membership. So I got to watch what I say for a while. Is it for? Yeah, it's for 1 month.
Yes.
And then hopefully you'll see how awesome it is and
stick around
and join. There you go. Thank you, Martin. He did. Yep. He's done that before in the past. So appreciate that. So.
All right.
It was fun seeing him and his wife down in Florida when we were down there. That was a really fun visit.
Yeah.
Wish you could have gone.
I thought he was the one that you met when you were in Vegas.
No.
Is that different?
Yeah, that was
Adam.
No, that was a
Martin
member.
Yeah, it was a member, but I thought
it wasn't Martin. It was Tim.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. Yep. So. Yep. Okay. For some
reason, I love those meetups and visits. So yeah. we need to plan one for Vegas.
Plan one. Yes.
So we need to figure one in Vegas. So we're going to be there.
Especially if Mom's going to be there.
So we'll be there. Yeah. Either like a Saturday the 28th or Sunday the 29th.
Yeah.
Something like that. We need to plan one.
Yeah. Agreed.
Be fun.
Yes.
We still got to figure out what our hotels and everything.
All right. What would the colors be? They vote for gold for the 2nd anniversary. I don't know. I'll be playing around.
Silver.
Huh?
Silver.
And then gold for a 3-year.
If they have a 3-year, I have to look that up.
I don't know. No, it's 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Will the Lightning standard range get LF? We don't know yet. We'll find out tomorrow. I love seeing that when the order guides come out. I love looking at the changes, and not really the changes that they say there are. Actually, going in and actually looking at last year's and this year's and seeing what changes are there really, because sometimes they don't tell you all of them.
Yeah. So Anthony would like to know, since you have one, what advantages does the Maverick have over the Santa Cruz?
Well, I don't have a Santa Cruz,
but you have a Maverick.
But I have a Maverick.
You did a video on that.
Yes. I don't think I ever actually.
We never actually posted
it. Or maybe we did.
That was a Chicago. No, New York. That was a New York video.
Well, I will say this: Maverick looks more like a truck. I think the Santa Cruz looks more. I mean, when you see a Santa Cruz coming down the road from the front, it looks like their other vehicles. Yeah, I mean, for one, the Santa Cruz is more expensive than the Maverick. I think still, even with the price increases the Maverick had, I think they're still cheaper than the Santa Cruz.
Yes.
Another big advantages of that is if you want fuel economy, Santa Cruz doesn't have a hybrid.
They do not.
They don't have a hybrid. And the EcoBoost would put it right in the same line is that. So, by the way, Maverick Tremor is fun to drive. That I don't know if that's because of the drive ratio that's on that or anything, but that drives differently than a regular EcoBoost Maverick does.
So I need to drive it.
I feel like, yeah, drive it and let me know, because I really feel like it drives differently than a regular EcoBoost.
I drove the EcoBoost for a year.
Yeah, I mean it's got get up. I mean, do you think
So
2.0?
so did my EcoBoost.
You think? I mean, well, you had the tow package too.
I had the tow package.
Well, so it might drive about the same, because I think it has. I mean, not that you can't get the tow package on the Tremor, but the tow package gave you a final drive ratio of, I can't remember what the ratio was, but I think that geared it out. But I think that a lot of times your off roads will get that too.
Yeah.
But it is it isn't different all-wheel drive system. So instead of all-wheel drive, it's the advanced all-wheel drive. And I don't know if that makes a difference on the get up and the speed and the cornering or whatever. But man, that thing.
We have some EcoBoost. Did we get EcoBoost or hybrid in the rental company?
Do what?
Did that rental company get EcoBoost or hybrid?
They got EcoBoost.
EcoBoost.
The ones that came in. Yeah.
Maybe I need to drive one of those, so I drive a regular.
Yeah.
Because I know how my 4K tow package drove.
All right, moving on. Kevin's question there. We need to say it so for the podcast. Go ahead. I'll not take your job from you, even though you took one of my jobs. Not just
What job was that?
He did on dealer news updates.
Oh,
they said you need to talk more, so here you go.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Okay, go ahead.
So are we. Is Lightning XLT high package going away with the 24 price increase?
24 price increase. There's not really a price increase.
We haven't seen
so the if you go XLT high package now, it's $69.9. So the Flash is basically XLT high package, and it starts at $69.9.
Okay.
So that's not to me, it doesn't look like a price increase.
No.
It actually, to me, I think it's a lower price, because if you take an XLT to the 312A is at $69.9. And if you look at the things that you get, some of those things are included in that. The Flash, I know they're advertising like you get intelligent access and a bunch of other stuff. Those were already part of the 312A. But now you get the bigger screen. You get the B&O audio sound system. That wasn't included in 312A. I might be wrong, but I don't think wireless charging pad was included, and Ford Blue Cruise was not included. So, I mean, those are definitely worth, in my opinion, it went down. And now we have the upgraded vapor injection heat pump, which is going to be better for cold weather driving.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So has anyone heard about the 2020 through 2022 escape door spot welds breaking?
I think there was a recall on that, wasn't there?
I think so.
You might check, Keith. I was thinking there might be a recall on that.
Yeah. Call your service department. They would be able to take your VIN and check it for recalls.
Yeah. Yeah, I would check that, because I was thinking there was a recall and escape for that. So, yeah. I don't know.
So, what determines whether or not we get charged for Group 500 package? My 23 Eco Lariat.
So I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but you're probably thinking your price went up $500.
No, the 500 pack group. So when you're looking at Maverick, because it's the 23 Eco Lariat.
Okay, the 500. All Lariats are 500A.
Yes.
So if you ordered a Lariat, it's a 500A. So
yes.
It'll look, so the order guide is kind of funky in how they word that, and how they show you that they charged you for this Group 500A. 500A now includes the Copilot 360, the Assist, and the Luxury package. Those are all standard equipment now. So it'll probably look like what they did is they said, hey, Lariat starts here. Here's this package that's this. And so you got charged for that package. Technically, you didn't. It's all standard equipment. They needed to just raise that initial base price, but they don't like that. They like to show that, hey, here's our base price. Well, technically it's not, because it includes all these packages too. So the order guide is, That's the way it looks. So, but technically, all 500As are going to get all three of those packages. There's no way to order a Lariat without those 3, and so it's just showing it weird that way.
Yep,
that makes sense.
All right. Go on to our next one. I can't view my Windows sticker as well, and we already went over that
And
one.
he was shipped.
Yes.
So we need to look and see if we can look it up.
Yeah. I'll check for you, Mark. And if anyone else would like their Windows sticker for me to check to see if I can see it, email me at sarahdavis@McArthur.com. I feel like I'm making more work for myself.
Probably are.
Sorry I got in late. Didn't hear the 24 Lightning started this week. My 23 Pro is scheduled for production this week.
Yes. So we're talking about order banks opening up is different than scheduling and production dates. So you have to take orders ahead of production dates, or else you won't be ready for them to be produced. So that's why the 23s are going to continue to be built through the week of December 18th. So we're going to see those being built, but then they're going to start opening up order banks for 24, so that they can go ahead and start scheduling for those production dates after that when it switches over.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yep. All right. Johnny from Johnny's Car Care Reviews has gone to the New Hampshire Bronco Rodeo. If you came there, we could all meet up.
Actually, I still have a Bronco off rodeo available that I haven't used yet, and your mom's thinking if she went, then maybe she would actually drive more.
Yeah.
On the trails. So we're talking about it. So maybe we should plan that.
Yeah.
Plan to go up there because she hasn't been up there. So maybe we should plan to travel up there and do that.
Yeah.
So.
I got my experience.
My audio doing okay because I messed with this.
The trail guide I was with were actually Bronco off rodeo trail guides too. So.
Yep.
All right. Mark Meyer saw your truck was at the body shop. Does that mean it's at the Hermosillo offsite and waiting on bed accessories?
Yes. Body shop. Yeah, I wish they would reword that. They need to change that. But body shop is basically where they paint the bed.
Yeah.
You're talking about the spray and liner. That's where they do some of the bed accessories. It's so the things they add on to the body of the vehicle. But it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah. So. I have a 23 Escape ST Line Elite order. It's not scheduled yet. Is there a chance I will get swapped to a 24 model?
Yeah. You need to make sure you put in a 24 model year order because they're done scheduling for 23. So if yours is still unscheduled, then you need to have your dealer put a 24 order in.
All right. Is the Maverick 2024 order bank closed?
No, it is not. It is open.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Martin says that the big screen is nice for watching YouTube videos while you eat lunch. If you're eating lunch in your car.
Oh, yeah.
I used to take naps in my car when I was pregnant. I didn't want to drive all the way home because it's 15 minutes and 15 minutes back. You only get 30 minutes at that point. So I used to just hop in my car and take a nap. And I get a full hour.
Lunch. What is that?
You choose not to take a lunch, sir.
I eat my lunch at the same restaurant every day. My desk.
It's not. You need to say I eat my lunch at the same location every day.
Yeah, same location. Yeah.
Because you eat different things different days.
Yeah, I do.
All right, thought this was funny. Martin says, "Are you flashing us?" Flashing.
Yes, it was. For those wanting to listen to the podcast, I have a flash watch because I don't think I said that.
I don't think he said it. He
so
has on a watch.
And
that is a flash edition.
Yes, it's a flash edition.
So he was holding it up.
Yes,
he was flashing it.
So that's what he was saying. So, Spotify won't cancel us, but some of the others might if we're not careful.
All right. What is there about Blue Cruise that requires a subscription?
So basically the software and all that. So the hardware is there. So the sensors are there. So you're paying attention. You're watching. The stuff is on the screen for you to be able to use, and the sensors around the vehicle and on the windshield and everything else. So that's going to be there. But then it requires a software it requires a subscription for that. So yes, typically what they were doing before in 23 model year and 22 was you got a 3-year subscription for that on the Lariat and the Platinum included, which is a $2,100 value. So now, after this, and this is going to happen for Lariat and Platinum, so be prepared, people. If you're like, hey, it's not included anymore, yes, they're going to just include the hardware, 90-day trial, probably across the board, just the same way they did to the mach-e. And then if you know you want it, you prepay $2,100, gets you 3 years service of that. I suggest you do that if you know you're going to use it. You can also do a monthly, you can do a yearly plan. What I like about the monthly and the yearly is going to be more expensive. So than it is. I think what we figured out was wasn't it like $50 some a month if you do the prepay, and then you guys can do the math. 2,100 divided by 3 years, right? But then if you do the yearly, it's a little more expensive, and then I think it came to like almost $70 or $80 if you did monthly. So, but here's what I'm wondering is it can you do like, hey, like for me, this is my daily driver. I don't plan to get on the highway with it. Like in here, I don't get on the highway. But let's say I'm deciding I'm taking a vacation or I'm going on a trip coming up. I need to drive to the airport. Can I sign up for it for 1 month and then not re-up the next month? So that way, that's what I'm hoping that you can do that is that, hey, you know what? I'm going to sign up this month because I got a trip plan, right? But then you don't need it every month. And I think that they allow you to do that because they mentioned in there somewhere. Let me look at this. So I think it mentions no, it was the other news bulletin that I had. I'll forget it. On that. I threw it away. I'm digging the trash. There it is. All right, so they did a thing on one of these about Blue Cruise. Here are available hands-free highway driving technology. Blue Cruise can help make stressful. Okay, let's skip through some of this stuff. It will come with version 1.2, by the way, for 24 model year. So that's a nice upgrade. So that gets you the lane change assist and the in-lane repositioning. You get that. And it says, and with the new flexible option, customers can choose to activate Blue Cruise at any point during their vehicle ownership journey, at purchase, annually, or even monthly, and use it when they need it. Customers can also try Blue Cruise for 90 days from the time they purchase it with a complimentary trial. So it does say when needed. So it sounds like to me is if you're like one of those people that it's their daily driver and you don't plan to do it, you will be able to just sign up whenever you want and then, cancel it. I don't know if you can cancel it or say, hey, I just want to do 1 month. You can do that. Because to me, I'm like, okay, it's $50 monthly. Do you use it enough to be able to do a monthly plan? Some people, they get on the highway, they commute on the highway, they go from. We talked to some people. They drive from, like in Florida, from Lakeland to Tampa or whatever, and you make that commute. It's worth it, probably, definitely. I liked it. So anyway, but there you go, something you got to think about.
All right.
But hopefully your dealership demonstrates that, and if not, I got a video for you.
All right.
All right.
All right. Have you considered front and rear sway bars for as much attention you put on your Maverick?
No. I don't know how easy
you
that
aren't
is.
telling with it.
No, but you get a sway bar in there for even off-roading.
That's what I mean.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I think it already, I don't know, does it already have a rear sway bar? I'm not sure. I'm not mechanically inclined to know enough. But no, I haven't.
All right. Did you hear if there's a problem getting Copilot on an order? I ordered my Maverick but on 9/25 the order no longer has it. I reached out to the dealer but haven't heard yet.
Nope, no issue there. They can add it at any time. Even after it gets scheduled, they should be able to add it to your order.
Until it gets sent to the plant, or I have seen a week before it gets sent to the plant.
Once it gets scheduled today, usually you can.
Yeah. All right.
They could add it.
Mike McArthur says, I did buy popcorn from your grandson. Had it sent to the military.
Awesome.
We appreciate
we ordered
that.
about $100 worth of popcorn. So your mom ordered some, like a big 10. She ordered some of the caramel and the other because, Jeff likes it and she likes it. And I'm like, I don't eat popcorn.
I only like that caramel. Well, I won't say that. I used to eat popcorn by the bag.
And you can watch the last live stream if you want the link to that. I think it's still open. So you can just go to that and then
I should go and
put
order.
in the code. I think he's J747. This is code
I should go
for
order
him.
then.
Anyway.
I'll go to the link. Can a customer choose between the Maverick, Trimmer, and Bronco if Tim is still picking up customers at the Wichita airport? So most of the time, we have one of our drivers pick up our members and customers from the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only time that we have gone personally was for Ridgeview, and then when we had 6 members coming in all at the same time.
I didn't go. Sarah went.
I went. So, and at that point, we wouldn't be able to fit y'all in the Maverick or Bronco.
Yeah.
But
that was something I was offering for a while, but
yeah,
I get a little busy. I over promise, under deliver on that one because I can't get away for that.
He can't get away for more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Without people going, where's Tim?
Yeah.
So can't even go to meetings without hearing that.
Yep.
So, but we will definitely get you a driver. Recently, it's been the same driver picking up all of our members.
Yeah.
So, but our drivers are pretty great.
All right.
I have a 23 to 24 carryover order with a COVP mistake. Several emails to my dealer that they acknowledged the error and sent a corrected COVP for 23. Despite this, I'm still listed as priority 3.
Okay, so we had a couple orders that were still priority 3, even though we did the COVP approval. I actually sent them to my sales and inventory specialists, and now they're priority 2s. So they need to reach out to their inventory specialists, and inventory managers. So, and that hopefully can get fixed.
All right. Sorry, I saw some questions in here, so I'm making sure we get them all.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'll grab some of these.
Did you choose a new one?
Nope. Go ahead.
My 23 model year Bronco Heritage 2-door priority 1 was scheduled. Now 12/4 build week. Have you heard if we will be built?
Don't know. But you're still within that window because I think they're building through the week of December 18th for 23 model year. So we're not going to see 24 start being built until the actual calendar year 24. So again, remember the last 2 weeks they're really not building. But as long as they're not on strike, we'll have to see because that means there's ones right now that are all being pushed back, and yours got pushed back. They're going to be pushed back at others. So there you go.
Yep.
So this is that same question as earlier.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. 500A is charged and added on my options total for MSRP sticker. So, yeah. So
but and he's saying Mav Lariat Eco. I've seen some Lariat 500 package has no charge. That would be on the 24 because the Eco Boost did not have a charge on the 500A.
Yep.
It's now a charge for the hybrid. So you're seeing a difference between 23 pricing and 24 pricing.
Probably.
Most likely that's what's going on because in 23. You did get charged for the Eco Boost as a package to go up to the Lariat. On 24, you're going to see that charge move over to the hybrid instead of the Eco.
Well, you're going to see $1,500 because the hybrid's $1,500 more.
Yeah.
But yes, and then So now you're required to get those packages. So in 23, if you got those packages, it was an upcharge. Yeah. But in 24, that's all standard equipment now. So that should show no charge.
Yeah.
So that might be the difference.
Yeah. I think they did things a little bit differently for 24. So I think you're seeing a difference between the model years.
Well, let's just look. You keep going with the questions, and I will pull up a Webdo for a 24 and see what it looks like. And you need to look at your 24 because 23 is done. So if your 23 went unscheduled, that 23 it's gone, it's done. They're not scheduling it. They'll get deleted eventually as soon as they record all of the private offers that people get. It'll blow out of there. So 24 is what we really need to be looking at and talking about at this point, and not worry about anything you see from 23. So if you look at somebody else's sheet and go, oh, my 23 doesn't show an upcharge for that. Well, you need to look at the model year at the top of that order sheet because we're not looking apples to apples. You need to look at 24 model year.
After reaching out to my dealership again, I was told I need to be patient and wait. Is there any person I can reach out to have my order prioritized correctly, or am I just stuck? If you've reached out to your dealer and you're talking to just your salesman, I suggest reaching out to the sales manager or going in personally if you are able to.
All right. So, okay, I just see it didn't take long, but I pulled up an order that we have. It happens to be a hybrid. So at the top of the order sheet, it shows a price of, actually, you know what? I'm going to.
Yeah, pull that up because that's what they're going to be seeing.
I want the preview page. Okay, so which looks the same. Okay, so yes, at the top, it'll say Maverick Lariat, like in this case, front wheel drive. It says 34,855. That's your base MSRP. And then this in here also shows Equipment Group 500A as a negative 720 because it's a hybrid. So because otherwise a Lariat standard is all-wheel drive, so that's why you're seeing a negative because it's actually lower. Because otherwise you go all-wheel drive. This is front-wheel drive, so you see that. So if I want to go and look at a different one, so let me go to a non-hybrid. Let me go to an EcoBoost.
What are you doing? They just need to let you use Ford Pass points for subscriptions if they are going to do subscriptions.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
That's
because I have points not being used, and that would be a great idea.
And if you're signing up with like the credit card and you're earning points and you're not necessarily purchasing aftermarket parts, then you have points to spare that you can totally just throw into that subscription each year.
Yep. So this one here is an EcoBoost, and it's again the price is $34,855. That's your base MSRP in a Lariat now, and it has no charge for the engine or the 500A because it's an EcoBoost.
Yeah.
And so EcoBoost is standard, or I mean, it's the other way around. So anyway, so there you go. So yeah, you
still have a 23 in there.
Yeah, I mean, well, the 23 will because those were optional packages.
Right.
So well, let me pull up. Yeah, let me go back to this.
Do dealers still do X-Plan pricing on F-150? X-Plan is up to the discretion of the dealer to honor.
But yes, you can get X-Plan on F-150, not on Lightning though.
Yes, so you can still get X-Plan on an F-150, but it's up to the discretion of each dealer whether or not they will honor
Dealer does not have to participate if they don't want to. All right, so of course I have to pick one that has a luxury package. Okay, this one does. So in 23, it would say 28,355, and then even that the packages were broke down separately. It wasn't included in the A. So there you go.
Okay. Interesting. All righty. Will the Flash Edition have phone as a key?
Great question. We'll find out tomorrow.
All right.
So by the way, I had phone as a key with the Lightning Lariat. When I walked away, it didn't lock the vehicle. But Jeff's mach-e Select does. So when he walks away and he doesn't use the phone as a key, as soon as that remote gets so far away, it locks the doors and honks. And I'm like,
I like it.
Why can't you do that with the Lightning?
I like it. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
For 2024, Lightning orders can only be placed with EV certified dealers? ?
That is true. That is something I did not tell you guys, but yes, that is true. Your dealer has to sign up for 24 model year as a certified dealer. Correct.
All right. Still don't understand the Blues Cruise thing. Does Blue Cruise talk to you like some of the programs as opposed to adaptive cruise control? So basically, how is Blue Cruise different than adaptive cruise control?
So adaptive cruise is not really intended for you to take your hands off the steering wheel, basically. So adaptive cruise is helping keeping the center of your lane and keeping you a distance from the car in front of you. So it has lane centering, speed sign recognition as well. So it'll adjust your speed for you. So it's more of just your cruise control. Whereas Blue Cruise it's your hands-free driving. It takes that adaptive cruise to the next level, allowing you to take your hands completely off the steering wheel. And then also with this new, what they did, the reason there's a Blue Cruise 1.2 versus a 1.0 is a 1.2. They realized that why were people re-zooming and taking control of the vehicle? And they realized one of the reasons was to change lanes, because you had to go over take the hands on the steering wheel, switch the lanes, get back in the lane, and then you can let go. So they added the availability to be able to change lanes without having to take control of the steering wheel by putting the turn signal on. Put the turn signal on. When you go all the way up, you just actually do how you do the touch where it just does the 3 blinks. It will move over when it's safe.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And then the in-lane free positioning was another reason. There was times where we were beside a big semi and I'm like, I'm way, I am not feeling comfortable. I'm too close to that semi. I would take the wheel and I'd move it over. I'd force it over. So those are the 2 things that they said that's why people are taking over. And also the 1.3 is the predictive or slowing the vehicle down on those curves. So there's some of those curves where I'm like, I don't trust that it's gonna keep that steering. So people would take over for that. So the 1.3 takes it a little bit further, but and I think now that's just they've adjusted a little bit better. But that is your Blue Cruise. So
all right. Does Flash include Pro Power onboard 9.6 like the XLT High?
Pro Power onboard. I don't know. It should. I mean, it's basically your new. It's basically your XLT High. They've just renamed it.
All right.
Again, simplification. I think saying, "Hey, here's your trim levels. Pick your trim levels, and it's going to come with these things." Instead of saying, "Hey, I want this. Let's add, extended range." It's going to come standard extended range and standard.
You kind of saw them do that with the STX. It's no longer a package. It's now a trim level.
Trim. Yeah.
So starting to see changes.
Yes, they're trying to simplify the ordering system. Not quite to the level of Honda and Toyota, but it's getting there.
On the 24 Maverick Black Appearance XLT, are the door handles painted black or just?
They are not.
They're not painted.
We have an upset customer right now.
Well, XLT, not Lariat.
Okay, so here's the deal. If it has a luxury package, which now requires a luxury package, they should be body colored, not black.
I had Lux.
Yeah, but you didn't get a black appearance package. It wasn't available.
No, but I didn't have body colored handles.
I don't know. They're probably going to be molded in black. So you're either going to have molded in black, or you're going to have, if they're painted, they're going to be body colored.
So
they're not going to be black painted.
XLT, I believe, get the molded in black even when you have Lux. Then when you move up to Lariat, you get the painted.
Yeah, I'm getting some in my mind. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I covered it in my videos. Just watch my video and then I'll tell you. But
yeah. But when you're looking at, let's see, what is it? What is it called? Oh, the interior trim black. That is talking about anything orange on the XLT is now going to be black.
And the seats will be black.
And your seats. So, well, I mean, even on, yeah. Anyway, so when you're looking at the dash, that in those blue areas, those will not be turned to black. That is going to stay blue.
Yes. We have someone that's saying their vehicle was made incorrectly, or that I was wrong in my videos, and that whatever. Anyway, won't get into that, but I'm just looking on XLT here just to make sure.
ML Culpepper, if you want those Bushwhacker
Bushwhacker.
If you want the Bushwhacker fender flares for your Maverick, I have them. They're yours if you want them.
So yeah, so the mirror caps are painted, not the door handles on XLT Lux.
Yep.
So the door handles will be the molded in black on an XLT.
Yes.
Even with the black appearance package.
Yeah, and then when you go to Lariat, you're not getting the black door handles. You're keeping the painted body colored Door handles.
Even though the building price shows it black, they are not.
They are not.
So you go, yeah, because when you go to exterior, you get body colored door handles when you go, right? It actually doesn't even show that on here. Oh yeah, right there. Body colored door handles when you go to Lariat.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you go the black appearance package, actually they did remove black now. So that must have been one of the most recent changes because the original order guide didn't have that. So now it is showing that you don't get black door handles on the yeah, they took that off. They fixed it for the 24 model year. Let's see if it's on there for 20 at the startup because now I'm like, oh, I want to know. But that is something that we didn't know. If you look at the order guide from 23 model year, it does say gets door handles.
Yes.
And now for the 24, they did fix that. So, but if you look on the build and price, try to build one now. You go Lariat and add a black appearance package, and it shows black door handles. So
yes.
they did not change that and fix that. And it even looks like it's got black interior, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
So yes, that is. We have a customer very upset with us right now because of that. So that fact. So
yeah,
and it's not anything we can do.
No,
it was built. It was built according to Ford specifications, and Ford changes things. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want, and not even tell dealers. And either the customer wants it or they don't. And that's where we're at with this customer. Is it's like, okay, I know that I went off the order guide because he, again, he ordered it at the beginning of the model year in 23. At that time, all we had was an order guide. We didn't even have any other information of what it would look like other than what build and price shows. And so I said, according to the order guide, it says black door handles and it says black interior. Our assumption was it wouldn't be completely black. I mean, not every aspect of it's going to be black. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're sitting at on that. So, and then when it came in, it's still got some navy pier on the dash, upper parts of the door, the seat, the hard plastic stuff is going to be that. And then, yeah, your vent covers, your seats are going to be black, those kind of things, those accents on the inside. So that's what they mean by interior, but the door handles are not black on the Lariat. So anyway, so yeah. He's saying it was built incorrectly and we need Ford to fix it. I'm like, Ford's not going to change it. They build it again. They're going to build it the same way. It's not getting built differently. It's just the way it is. Just like when in 22 model year, they started off on the dual climate control where it had the temperature on the knob. And then in job 2, they didn't say anything to dealers or anything. They changed it. And then it was just a temperature dial. And then the temperature came up on the screen. That was a change in the middle of 22. They didn't say anything. And so when it came in, you take it or you leave it. This is the way Ford makes it now. You can't, they're making 10,000 vehicles a month. They're not going to remake one vehicle to somebody's specifications. It's not going to happen. This isn't Porsche, right? This isn't some of those vehicles where you get a one offer and it costs you $300,000. This is a $25,000 vehicle, folks. You get what you get.
Yeah. Johnny says, my colleague has a 23 mach-e. Or wait, let's go with Austin first. Have you tried out Blue Cruise 1.3 yet? Looks like job 2 Mustang Mach-E have it. Don't have it on my 23 job 1 yet.
I've tried 1.2. So really 1.2 to 1.3, that I think the only thing that you get on top of it is that going into curves, if you're going to the curve, if the curve's too tight, that it slows the vehicle down. I think that's what the 1.3 gets you, if I remember right.
All right. My colleague has a 2023 Mach-E selecting. He loves his Blue Cruise. Hits the blinker stick and the vehicle controls the lane change, and it's great according to him. He generally doesn't smile. He says
That's pretty cool.
If he says it's good and making him think of paying beyond the free 3-month of Blue Cruise, then it must be working rather well.
Again, how often you use it, I think, really comes down to that. Like if I commuted and I was on the highway every day, I would definitely have it.
Here's a good comment. Are there wraps for the interior? Because they're offering wraps for the exterior.
That's textured. It's not going to work.
It's actually, some of it's textured. The blue, blue's textured. Frank's thinking of the granite looking area.
And keep in mind, this is an A-plan deal, so it's not making any money. Not like I have money to spend on anything.
Yeah.
But you can't by Ford's rules. So
Dragon Con says I should offer Q&A Ford's build and price website. They can pay me in Ford Pass points, or he accepts oatmeal cookies as well. He's been answering questions in the in the comments.
Well, no, he actually finds things wrong with the build and price. Like the Bronco, there was all kinds of errors that Ragnacon noticed.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of errors. You watch any of my videos, there's errors on the F-150, the current 24 F-150 build and price that are not right. Like half the time, like right now it's standard running boards on those. All the images are missing running boards.
Do you know how many times I get a call and go, well, does it come with this? And I look at the order guide and go, no, it doesn't. They're like, well, it shows it on Ford build and price. I'm like, well, I'm looking at the order guide, and that is what's actually happening, not your build and price. So I actually have to be like, well, I can prove it right here. It is or isn't added into that.
Which that is why they update the build and price.
Yes.
That's why we have, like, Mavericks had 2 updates already, or 3. I think
3.
We have 3 different order guides. So the order guide came out July 10th. 1 week later, 9 days later, they updated it because there was something wrong with it. And then we got a new update September 1st. Yeah. So if they find an error, they try to fix it.
He's saying half of your complete guide videos are you saying, well, this is wrong on the website, but trust me, the order guide says this.
Yep. Well, and there's been a couple occasions where the order guide was incorrect.
But they usually go back and they fix that.
Yeah, they usually do. That's why I like to, when I see an update, a monthly update, because they do every month, they'll like update some order guides of things that they found throughout the month, and then they just had it go through at the end of the month. And so I like to compare those pages, because they'll show you, here are the pages that changed, basically, but they won't tell you what on the page changed. Ford, if you do that, highlight it, just a simple highlight. Here's what's changed. But I usually will try to compare those. And sometimes it's just a different
simple spelling.
Well,
I think you said once that it was a different spelling of something or a different wording.
Well, the new one is ActiveX. So ActiveX had a little TM, like trademark, at the end of it. Now it's changed, and it's the R with the circle around it. That's the only thing that's changed on the page. So it's like awesome. Yeah. And it is. I know it's a.
It is a thing.
It is something that they have to do and required to do, so that people don't take their names, ActiveX, and different things like that, or sync and that kind of stuff. Yeah. But come on,
let's highlight it.
There you go. But yeah, just highlight it. Let me know what's different. But they'll just say, here are the pages that are different, and then I have to take those pages and compare them to the one before it and see what's changed on it. So, and I do the same thing when we get a new model year of the changes, because if you look at the first page, and some of you, if you've seen, some people will upload the order guide to a forum out there, Bronco forum and such. Here's the new order guide, but that first page is the major changes, and I've found things that weren't on that page. So
ML Culpepper says that he should be in Salina tomorrow.
Because he was gonna come up to the thing. Yep. He wants tickets to the museum. So
yes,
so I'll come up for that.
On that. I think he's also buying my fender flares. Yes, one more part down the one. Bed mat.
He's got a trimmer. If he's driving his Maverick trimmer, we need to pull it beside ours and get pictures.
Yeah. Although I think I have someone for the bed mat. That was all the questions we had.
All right.
And comments have trickled down to barely any at this time. Chat rate 1 per minute.
There you go. We've got 98 people in here, though.
I know.
All right. Well, I think that's it. Unless you guys have any other questions, I think that's it.
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe on your way out.
Yep. There you go. So, all right. How the ads go? Did you guys get ads? Because what I did is in the settings was make it to where ads didn't come up. I think I have to manually choose where to put the ads.
Mm.
And I have this little thing up here,
They're hanging
but I
on
have not
every word.
clicked it. I have not clicked it. So you guys didn't have any ads,
Yeah.
hopefully, but I'd love to know. I want to make sure this is the best experience possible. So
They're hanging on to every word.
So tomorrow, be looking some point. I'm not sure when it'll go live, but
For the members.
we'll get the so Mark said no ads. So yeah, I had that manually. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So oh, Ragnarcon is in some of you have YouTube Premium. I don't pay for that, but I have YouTube TV now. I signed up for that.
Yeah, Mom was asking how to do something. I'm like,
Yeah, I spend enough time on YouTube that it does not like it. It's real easy to understand. So, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, the start of it should be this. We're talking min-rolls, what that YouTube
Yeah.
calls it. So at the beginning and end, you'll probably get an ad, but what we're trying to eliminate is hopefully you don't have any in the middle. So YouTube will allow us to do min-roll ads, and we can have them select it, and we can have an aggressive if we want a lot of ads to play and this and that. But if I'm talking and I'm like about ready to say something really good, and you get an ad, that's frustrating.
Yes.
So I have it set to manual. And
because not even we
so,
know what our schedule is going to be exactly.
Yep. And so then up here, I can actually at the top, I can actually click insert an ad right here. But so if you're watching it live, that's a benefit. You don't have ads. So watch it live with us.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about ads being rolled in, because afterwards after it's been played, the replay will get ads.
Yes.
And I let YouTube pick where they go at that point.
They do a pretty good job on picking where those go.
Yep. Anyway, all right. I think that's it, though.
All right.
Otherwise, I think we did a good job with that then. So thank you guys very much for joining us. Thank you to the members. So I think a lot of people that are left are members, but thank you very much. Appreciate it. And again, be looking for the video tomorrow on what's changed for the 24 F-150 Lightning, as well as the breakouts of our recalls and our scheduling notes. If you coming in and jumping in after that, you can just watch that or go back and watch the replay. Yeah. Otherwise, and then we'll probably start working on those F-150 Lightning, build the complete guide videos. We'll break those down and get those in there and go over all those. So be looking for those. But if you've watched the 23 and you just watch the what's changed, then that usually works for people. You don't have to watch the others, but I appreciate it if you do.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys very much. And till next week, we'll see you guys later. Let me cue this up and be ready to go. But Sarah, you have anything else?
No, don't think so.
Nothing.
If you're in Vegas, let us know if you'd like to meet up.
And then when I'm in Atlanta,
that's right.
Like a week after that,
yeah,
I'll be in Atlanta too. So if you're in those areas, want to do a meetup, then we love talking to people and let us know like what you drive and different things like that on those meetups. And it's fun. Usually meet at a restaurant or something. So, chat while we're eating or chat while we're having a drink or two or something like that. But have a lot of fun with that. So definitely,
Vegas, you'll at least get to meet Levo.
So email us if you plan to do, if you can be there in Vegas that weekend.
The weekend over there.
Yep. Otherwise, So, or Atlanta. The 6th to the 8th. It'll be late the 5th. We're flying in the 5th, but it'll be like 9, 10 o'clock at night. So
I will not be there.
6th or 7th. That one of those nights in Atlanta. We can meet up. So I think we're staying at the Omni. I guess. I don't know. Anyway. All right. I think that's it. All right. Well, thank you guys very much. Until next video, don't forget to stay positive, be kind to one another.
And be kind to yourselves.
We'll see you later.